Walter Coulter with another episode of It's Hot in Here. I got my panel here tonight. We're going to be talking about why so many attractive women are single. It'll be fun. So, but before we do that, let me introduce my guest. To my right is
Mary Funchess.
Mary Funchess. How can we find you?
At
Not your house. I mean like social media.
Mary Funchess at Instagram.
Okay, you got an Instagram? That's kind of millennial. All right, how about you?
I have Twitter.
So this is Nat. Introduce yourself, Natalie.
I'm Natalie Ladines, and you can find me on Instagram at Natalie Ladines, or you can go to my website, natalieladines.com.
You got a website?
Yes, I
That's
do.
good for dating. That's a good idea. How about you got a website too?
No.
Okay.
I do not have a website.
Not yet? That's a good
My name
idea.
is Erika Manzano.
How do we find you, Erika?
Facebook, Erika Manzano, or Instagram, Insurance by Erika.
Yes, Erika's a financial advisor. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So, before I go into my topic any further, let me tell you what I'm cooking. Now, Erika's favorite dish, she likes meat, right?
No.
Not lamb. Well, you like steak, right?
No, not really.
Okay, this is porterhouse, so it's filet and what?
You cook it well, but it's
I
not
do
my
cook lamb well.
favorite.
Thank you for saying that
Yes.
on camera too.
Yes, you do.
So we got some big brontosaurus porterhouse steaks we're going to be cooking. We have some sauteed mushrooms we made earlier. In the interest of time, they're already done, but I wanted you to see what they look like, right? So and for the YouTube, you get to see the whole thing. We've got wine everywhere. We've got water because you can't always drink wine, right? And then of course we have champagne because we're going to celebrate, because by the time this is over, we're going to give you some good tips on how not to be single. We're going to tell men what they can do differently, right? So there's not so many single women. Then we're also going to talk about what women can do differently, because all women want to talk about that, right? So we're going to pop the bottle. I know it's like cold duck. Whatever. Just like, wait. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I'm not ever popping on.
Right? Nobody got hurt. We're going to keep it moving. So before I get started here, first of all, so who's single here? Single. Mary's married, depending on how Reggie acts.
I'm
right?
always married.
All right, she's always
Oh.
married, right? So Mary is the married one here, right? So she's going to give us, maybe tell us how to stay married. How long have you been married?
4 years.
4 years? Okay, well, that's all right. You married though, we not. So we'll take some advice from you.
I'm trying to get married.
You trying to get married? When? How soon?
Well, I'm 28, so
Are you really?
I'm hoping in my early 30s.
Okay, the clock is ticking, huh? And how about you? You're single, right?
Yes.
Kinda?
Oh, wait, yes.
Completely okay. All right, so let's do this. First of all, why do you think, I'm skipping because this doesn't apply to you. Why do you think you're single?
Well, I've had a few failed relationships that just didn't work out.
Why is that?
I think me and that other person, we
What's his name? Let's put some dirt out. Can you say his
No.
first name?
No.
All right, whatever.
we didn't want the same things in life.
What did you want?
I wanted something a little more serious, and he was more like, I want to kick back and just chill and have fun, and I think I was too serious for him.
Okay, at your age, how old were you?
We started dating when I was 27, so the relationship only lasted for a year.
So this is your last dude?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't meet him, did I?
I don't think so.
Really? Okay, cool. By the way, I'm putting salt and
Did he?
When we went to the award,
he was there?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't say he was your man.
yeah, no.
Oh yeah, no, he's not your man. So anyways, so on the porterhouse, I'm doing salt and then they Trump pepper it. I'm just kidding. It's a white pepper. Sorry, that was off. I said I wasn't gonna tell you Trump jokes, right? Right. So in this is a bunch of stuff. Parsley, there's basil, it's thyme. I don't even know if this is gonna taste right. But no, actually, no. The steaks we made earlier. Marissa, how's it taste?
It tastes amazing.
I made steaks for my camera girl, so she doesn't get hangry because we're running late, right? So I'm gonna flip these over. Erika, let's talk about you. Why are you single?
Well, I've been single for almost, I think, 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so our viewers probably want to know why.
A lot of it was just by choice. I knew I wasn't mentally ready to be in a relationship. I didn't want to be in one. I had children that I was raising. Yeah, I had children that I was raising by myself, and you know the time just goes by really quick, and I'm still single.
So your kids are grown though, right?
Now they are. Now,
Okay.
now at this point, I'm being more open to dating and trying to date outside of what I normally dated, which didn't work out for me.
What do you normally date?
Well, younger.
Oh, who do you know? You date younger?
Younger never worked out.
Oh, really? How young?
Average about 10 years.
Wow, that's big for a woman. Mary looking like, damn.
What?
Big in the cradle. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, listen, we
Well,
do it.
they approach me. I'm not a chaser or an approacher, so
Right.
that's just how it works.
I don't want to ask your age. I won't do that to you on camera.
I'm 45.
You're 45. Wow. No one would believe you're 45.
Thank you.
So if I was 35, I had a shot.
Not anymore.
Really? The door's closed?
Yeah. That already passed.
All right. I'm washing my hands in case you wonder what I'm doing because I sneeze. Right? Okay, because for those of you like, he sneeze. Bitches. Anyways. So, I'm just kidding. That was so inappropriate. What could, and I'm gonna jump questions and then come back. What could women do differently? Because I know a lot of times it's the men's fault, but what could you guys do a little bit differently to maybe help us come after you or be a good man?
I think in today's era and time, I think women should not be giving themselves up so easily.
What do you mean by that?
Like, jumping in the bed with them so quick. Like,
You mean like on the first day?
right away, yeah. Because then they make it harder for us women who want to get to know a man first and be courted and anything like that. So if girls are giving it up really quick, it's way too easy for the men.
Women do that a lot. Not that I know from experience. I just hear about it.
I think it has to do with eras too, though.
Yeah,
Like
social
for
media.
instance,
Social
for
media
instance, us millennials, we like to have sex first, and then we call each other, and then we tell each other very intimate things.
Really?
Yeah, but I think
Wow,
y'all come
we
from
missed
a
that shit, huh?
I think y'all come from a different
All that
era.
shit, money I wasted on gifts?
Yeah. No, I think y'all just come from a different era where it's the other way around.
Yeah, we didn't have social media. Men had to pick up the phone and call you and actually miss you and come to your house and show up and send you, letters and call you from the pay phone. Now it's social
Call
media.
you from the
just
payphone.
search.
What you know about the payphone?
I remember the pay phone.
Yeah, you didn't answer. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
That was like 25 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But-
I mean,
but-
it was more work.
Yeah.
More effort put into.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
But so evolution keeps, I think men, though, even when millennials, like younger men, like in their 20s, they understand that sex doesn't devalue. But I think older
Wait a
men
minute.
from like
You mean sex like in the beginning doesn't devalue a woman?
yeah,
Really?
I think men in the early 20s understand that now. But for the other generations, oh, she had sex with me, well, like at the third date, well, that means she's like that with every other man, like men, and it has to do with evolution, in my opinion. Like men always were chasers, they're the hunters, and that's, I think that's what kind of keeps them.
When we have sex with you in the beginning, all that mental energy disappears. And then we talk about you, which is sad, but true. I mean, I can't speak for all men because I'm only one. Because a good man likes to chase. And I know in our generation, me and Erika are the same age, believe it or not, yes. I'm in my 40s. We like to chase. And it's unfortunate because in your generation, I guess will exclude that, but in our generation, I mean, like, if you sleep with a guy on the first day, it's over. Like, we won't even remember you.
Well, to me, it sucks if I have to not have sex with someone for 2 years, get married, and then find out they really suck in bed.
What about 2 years?
Oh, for 2 years, that's a long ass time. I was thinking like maybe 3 or 4 dates.
Yeah, 2 years
Right?
is like, no.
Or wait for the 20th date,
First of all, if you make a man wait 2 years, he will be sleeping with someone else until you come around.
But people do that. They like literally wait that long.
Nobody waits till 2 years.
I don't.
I I don't know anybody that does.
And we're not gonna ask how long any of you wait. That's not important, right? But that does destroy like the social media. You can't really turn on the television without seeing like instant sex. Like sometimes I just like when I'm getting ready, I just don't turn on social media. It's easy to get aroused before you even get to the car. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's in your face all. Even watching kids show. Like I was watching the Disney movie with my kids, and I was like, this is a little inappropriate for children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I'm looking at my son like, everything good? Like, you like women, right? Well, that's good.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong if you don't. I'm just saying. Wow. Well, we don't have a lot of time, so I won't beat up the sleeping with men on the first day. But that does ruin it for a woman. I can promise you.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and I'm just speaking from a dude, because next week it's going to be all men here.
We're gonna find them.
Oh, I got plenty of dudes, and it ain't gonna be a single man show, because most men have somebody. All my friends at least have one.
Yeah.
I would say one or two. I'm gonna leave them nameless.
Yeah.
Right. So okay, what can a man do different? Tell me what you want in a man. In a good man. And you want to keep it real. We don't say no names. He has a job, but that's obvious. He don't live with his mother.
Oh my God.
Is that too much?
I know.
You want to take one of those off? No, I'm just kidding.
I would think by the time they're our age, they don't live with
There's
their...
a lot of them that do.
Well, no, unless they're supporting their
Yeah.
mother, then that's different. They're taking care of them, then that's okay. But like, if they're living in their garage or the house, no, not any I know.
Right.
That's for sure. Not any I associate myself with.
So, I mean, okay, that makes sense. So he doesn't live with his mom, has a job. We need more stuff though, because that's like from the basic. What else?
No baby mama drama, you know.
No baby mama drama?
Hopefully they don't have kids. But see, at my age, they have kids.
Yeah.
They do. Hopefully, if a man is your age doesn't have kids, he probably has issues, or maybe he really doesn't want any.
Right.
But most likely, it's probably issues.
Yeah. So you just don't want all that drama in your life.
Like low sperm count issues.
Low sperm count. Now you write that down. How much sperm count does he need to have? Okay, so doesn't live with his mom, no kids, no little kids.
No little
right? Because you don't want to be
kids.
60 and like
Exactly.
a 2-year-old.
You raise your children, you don't want to start all over and raise someone else.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
What else does he need to have? Does he need to be physically fit? I mean, does he?
That would be great.
Okay, like The Rock was just like.
Oh wow.
Someone terrible.
See when I mention The Rock? See what happens? When I wake up in the morning, that's the first person I think about is The Rock. I'm like, he's already working out.
Oh yeah.
All right, so cool, right? We need to have The Rock on the show, right? The Rock's in the building.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But we'll do the video with your friend in the garage with that.
Oh, it's stop it. What else? What else does he need to have? Come on, jump in, you guys.
I think he has to be a good listener, but like a genuine person, like who wants to listen and understand you.
Yeah, not pretending.
Yeah, and someone who's consistent, because I think a lot of the issues with men is that the first few months are like all about you. They bring you flowers, they take you out,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, I'm with, like they see you cry for the first time. What's wrong? And then you feel like, oh my God, like you're amazing. You care about me. Like you're taking the time. But then a few months pass to see you cry. Oh man, what's
Oh shit, she got problems.
Yeah, she's too emotional. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I was made. I was made to care, like to love. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with me feeling? And so like the lack of consistency. And like, don't be fake. Don't pretend you're something you're not. Like, don't pretend you're a gentleman. You're not a gentleman.
Yeah.
Wow, you thought this through. How about you? What does a man need to have? And here's what I'm looking for, like the real shit. Because right now we're just kind of floating on the surface. Give it to me real. Like, say I'm a single man, right? And I want to date you. What do I need to bring to the table? Like, really?
I would say I'm big on honesty, integrity,
Okay.
your energy, your character. If you listen to what I say, if you're attentive, if you're thoughtful, like you don't even have to be rich, but if you remembered that a girl told you that she likes red roses, and you bring her a red rose for no reason at all, that means more than if you went out and bought her, something expensive. It's that you remembered what she said. It's a thought, if you're thoughtful.
Okay.
that's attractive to me.
Yeah.
That's very attractive if somebody is attentive.
All right.
Yeah.
What else?
Like she said, be real who you are up front. Like,
Can a guy really do that though? Can a guy really be real? Like, you know what? I have these issues, but I like you. Because guys, sometimes we feel like we have to hide stuff from you.
Well, because you have to really show your true essence in order to really be loved for who you are.
the woman's either gonna accept you or she's not. You might as well. Why waste your time? Just put it out there in the beginning.
Okay. I need more juice though. But how about in bed? Okay, so let's just get down and dirty. How about in the like physically? What's he need to bring to the table? Because me and you had lunch today, right? And that's cool to say like you don't have a man. I mean, all right. It wasn't a lunch like that.
I'm dating.
All right. So you have a good outlook. And what did you say to me today? We were talking about women and sex. That most women have never had an orgasm or some crazy number.
I might be wrong, but this was a few years back when I read this. Like about 85% of women in America haven't experienced a real orgasm.
And I'm not going to ask you if you guys are part of that number. I don't need to know that. And we can tell by your facial expressions. We have facial recognition. I was going to say I'm not one of the offenders.
You know what would really suck? And it's not bad, but what if you were young and you married your high school sweetheart and you guys were each other's first, so you never even know if you're doing it right or if you ever even had an orgasm because you don't know any different.
But you're in bliss.
What do you say?
But sooner or later you learn about it, I'm sure, right?
You go like 20 years and you don't know, and then.
First of all, my first orgasm, I knew exactly what it was. And I don't even know if it was with somebody.
Oh my God.
Maybe that's too much information. I'm sorry, this is a dating show, right? Because no guys ever do that.
Well, yeah, guys is different, but for a woman, like if
so what do we need to do?
Experience,
and I'm not talking about activity, physically, like, I'm like, what, like, give me an idea, like, what should we do, like when we wake up? Is it a morning thing? Is it an evening thing? How often? What can we do to get you there, physically?
Well,
come on, Natalie.
Morning sex is definitely for men. Mm-hmm. I don't like morning sex because I feel like I need to brush my teeth.
Oh, wow.
I need to wash my face. I feel nasty. I'm like, ew, don't touch me. I think it's about being tender. Like, we really don't want to have sex like porn stars do. Like, be soft, be tender, It's actually, real good sex, I think, is more emotional than
like
physical.
eye contact, like talking, communication, you work up to it. Like dinner, movie, porterhouse steak, wine, champagne.
Maybe surprise her with something she was not expecting at all, and then she's like, oh man.
Panty dropper.
Yes.
What's a good panty dropper?
That he was attentive and remembered something, right?
Yeah. Took her out on it doesn't have to be an exotic dinner.
No. It's
maybe something that she tells you she really likes.
Teddy bears. And you're like, okay, and she shows up and you have a teddy bear for her. Like, that's, your eyes light up, right? It's like,
yeah, or
thoughtful.
She mentions, I've been wanting to go see an exhibition on Frida, like, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm gonna take you somewhere, and he takes you there, and you're like, oh, you were listening to me. You were listening to me.
That's actually good, and I've heard women say that, like, oh, you weren't listening, or here's what I want. So what could you guys do differently to make it where they hear it more? Because sometimes guys, like, and we'll talk about money and guys, but guys, we have so much stuff on our mind. We're thinking about, like, the money and doing this, and, like, for my girl, I put gas in the car. Well, there's a lot of shit that goes through my mind before she leaves the house, or I want to do for her. So sometimes I forget the small stuff.
Yeah.
You know
I do like that when a man puts gas in your car, because if I get out, if I'm driving and I have to get out and pump gas and his ass is sitting in the passenger seat texting and shit, oh yeah, such a turn off. Like,
okay, first of all, when I see a woman pumping gas and a dude sitting there, I'm like, that's not his wife. That's the chick on the side that you don't care about. But I was talking about putting gas in her car before she even leaves the house.
I like that. I love that.
I don't want my woman getting out pumping gas.
And if he has my car waxed, my wheels flat.
You just gotta get in the car.
That's what my husband said. My wife's car is supposed to be, she's supposed to have a better car than me, number one. She's supposed to have a nice car. Her car is supposed to be clean. And make sure that there's gas in there. That's what a man is supposed to do, in my opinion.
No, Mary, your car is always clean. I'll give you that. It's always clean. Whew. First of all, these steaks are amazing. You can hear that. Rita is eating one right now. I took the sauce. I don't want to get burned. So it calls for a cream, but I took a yogurt with hot sauce and melted it, and I'm going to pour it on top after we're done. That'll be good, right?
That sounds really
I'm going to put these in the oven. How about a man that can cook? Does that work for you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big turn on.
Totally.
All right, now we're getting somewhere. So will that get me closer to the big O?
You know what's
If I
more
cook?
fun? When you get to cook with him together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
And we did cook earlier, right? But we don't have to take it to the next level. Just know that we did cook.
No, there's this someone that I'm seeing and we cook together a lot. And
Tell me about it. Tell us. So you consider yourself single still?
Well, because we haven't solidified anything. We've
getting to know him.
yeah. We both decided like let's take it slow. Let's not rush. Let's try to make things right. And if we feel like you know what, let's move to the next level. Let's do it. You know. And we both agreed that we would both do that. That it would be organic, no pressure.
How long does it take to be in a relationship? Say this is my girl. Like
I don't think there's time. I think it's
No.
about how you really feel. Like,
Yeah.
But I think that if time passed and I felt like, you know what, maybe in 2-3 more months and I'm like, you know what, I don't see this going nowhere, I think it's my job to tell him that.
okay.
I think it's as someone that cares.
Okay. In 30 seconds, you're with God, right? And he's like, we're going to put you back on earth. But I'm going to give you 30 seconds to tell me the kind of man you want. I'm going to hook you up with this dude. So when you're old enough, I'm going to put this man in your life. Give me in 30 seconds what he needs to have. Physically, all the other stuff. Give it to me. But you leave physically out. But we don't want to upset your man. You're short and you want the rock because he's tall. What's he need to have? Leave the physical out. Because people get fat. They get bald.
Yeah, they do. But it would be nice if they work towards being in better shape.
Okay, using up your 30 seconds. Give it to me.
A job.
Okay.
A home.
A home.
Yes.
Like a place for you to live.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. I got that. What else?
Be a man of God.
Okay.
You know, have faith. Good with my kids.
Okay, but no, this is the man you're gonna marry. No. You're starting all over.
She's already married. I've already gone to heaven.
No, I'm saying God putting you back and you can have the man you want. So you don't have kids.
I don't have kids. I'm starting all over. Wow.
Yeah, because this man you wouldn't divorce. This is your man for life.
Oh.
Yeah, come on, Mary.
Okay, he's a Christian. He has a really good job, really good education, and he's really attentive to me. And he's in good shape.
All right. That's cool.
I don't
Good.
ask for much.
Give it to me, Natalie. 30 seconds. Tell me about Paco, or what's his name, Jaime, or Suave, or Rico.
His name is John.
Let's see. I'm a little tipsy, so okay.
30 seconds. 26.
Compassion. He has to be compassionate. If he doesn't have compassion, that means he's either a fucking sociopath or some crazy shit. So compassionate and very empathetic, honest, hardworking, humble, and adventurous.
Okay. How about you, Erika?
He would put God as his priority. Therefore, our relationship, marriage, hopefully would last because he has God first. So
Because Christians don't cheat.
He didn't say that.
I'm just kidding. Finish. I interrupted you 30 seconds. Ding, ding, ding. I'm going to add more time to the clock.
That's another show.
Okay.
He would maintain his appearance, physically. Like if I do that, then he should do the same.
Okay.
Be a business owner, entrepreneur, be a hands-on father,
Okay.
honest, and sex like every day.
Sex every day.
Nymphomaniac.
Can y'all scoot Erika over to the side?
Because if that's my husband, then everything and anything goes, so
Yes.
he better be ready.
See? Shit. No. So sex is important.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay.
This is something. This is.
I got yes, yes, and Mary reached for the wine glass when I asked that question.
I know, here's the question.
I said, is
Okay.
sex important?
It's very important.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
It is.
All right.
It is.
Healthy
Wow.
relationships have sex at least 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
that's
would
good.
agree.
With that.
Yes, that's
Okay.
pretty good.
That doesn't matter what time it is. You have a certain preference in time.
We gotta compromise.
Because maybe like the morning. That's the morning wood. That's a real term.
It is.
'Cause that's when we have
Not
the most
every
energy.
man likes the morning.
I like to say the morning was
To
everything.
each his own. To each his own. Whatever time is a good time.
Yeah.
I agree.
See, I'm a morning. I like to roll over with my woman and say, "Hey, babe, get up." That's just me. But as an entrepreneur, sometimes at night I'm exhausted,
Yeah.
right? But I can take a nap and wake up, and I've been known to do that. What else?
What
That's
else?
it?
What else?
Job, money, sex 4 times a week, every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Okay, someone who's not emotionally handicapped.
Talk to me about that. Like, be more specific.
A good communicator.
Well, good
Yeah.
communicator and someone who's not afraid to talk about their true emotions. Like, someone who can, like, I feel like men shouldn't be afraid about, like,
Expressing their
Yeah,
emotions that they
emotions,
feel
yeah.
like it's a feminine thing. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
Oh, what am I doing? Right.
and I just feel like there's a lot of, like, men that are handicapped when it comes to talking about their emotions. And
Really?
yeah, and I think that men should learn to know that it's okay to be emotional. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Like the right woman that loves you and cares about you won't find that wrong. Yeah.
So men can be emotional. They can talk. Hey, baby, I don't really like that. I don't like it when you said that to me.
Yeah.
I don't like it when you. Okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Because that's communication.
Yeah, and when they're not afraid, they don't come at you aggressively.
Right.
They're like,
It's just a conversation.
yeah.
But don't men have a thing where they have to be macho? I mean, because in the movies, a sensitive man comes off as like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, baby, I didn't like it when you did that.
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, I think there's a balance. Like, it's like if you're overly sensitive, that means you got a lot of issues to work on.
You need to call your
Yeah,
mommy.
but you also have to recognize when there is an issue, like, and you have to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just get past it.
Yeah. Because I think that there is a way, like, of
Those
being
are so. I'm
peaceful
sorry
and
to
talk
interrupt you,
about it.
Natalie.
No, yeah.
This is good. Like, for those of you vegans, I'm sorry. This is going to be amazing. It's got salt, Donald Trump pepper, it's got oregano, parsley, it's got all kinds of stuff on it. It's just sizzling hot. Man, these mushrooms that Mary made are off the hook. This is a simple dinner.
Good.
So, how about men that can cook?
Love it.
Love it.
Right? And he don't have a big ass pot belly. Like,
Yes.
he's like a, you know, well, I was gonna say Anthony Bourdain, but rest in peace. I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, I know.
Right? I haven't dated that long. But, so, cooking is kind of important, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
what about a family man that like sits down? Because me and my kids love to eat together. Right? Which is something they hated at first, but now it's become a tradition.
I
Right?
think that's
So,
important. Very
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it when I cook and he starts eating and I'm like, wait for me because I want to sit down with you. This is our moment.
Maybe Natalie should sit next to me.
You think?
You know what I'm saying? That sounds like something I've said. Because that's the last thing you want to do is make a bunch of food, and you're just like, oh. I'm like, wait a minute. I put a lot of effort into this.
Yeah.
That's important. Shit like that matters.
You know what's rude? I've been out on a few dates and, you know, we go out to dinner and the man will order his food before I'm even ready to order.
That means he don't,
Wow.
he don't get it.
No!
Yeah.
Let his food come out and I still haven't even ordered. Like, that's so rude.
Yeah.
So rude.
order for you. Let me help you.
Not
Yeah.
order your
What do you
food
like?
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rude.
Real quick before you guys get started, I want to go into some statistics, right? So
Okay.
2 in 100 men identify as homosexual. So there's 2 men gone, at least in this circle.
Damn.
1 in 10 straight men are on the down low. So that's another man gone. 1 in 10 is huge. I know there's some cities to them that
Stay away from me.
88 unmarried women for 100 unmarried men. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
So, and then in addition, men are less likely to marry because of their financial status. So I want to talk about men and money. So I'm up, and I have this concept called the value man, the dude that's on the move, on the hustle, right? Like Kanye West says, and leave your ass for a white girl once he gets going. But what does a man have to look like financially, or what does he have to be doing? And I know women say, "Oh, money's not everything." J-Lo say, "Love don't cost a thing." That's bullshit.
Well, 'cause she's got a lot of money on her own.
Yeah, she
Who
got
has
her
J-Lo
own money and she could date
Who has
dancers.
J-Lo money?
And nothing wrong with that, because
No.
if I'm rich, I don't care about what my chick got.
Exactly.
Vice versa.
Exactly.
So tell me what a man needs to look like financially to keep me. Well, I can't believe I was going to say that. To keep you excited.
I think for me, if he worked hard to get where he's at and he's accomplished, that's a big turn on. How he got there and what he did to get there.
So you don't care if he's had a rough past, but you just care that he's on the move.
Yes, yeah, that's very impressive. It shows his determination and his will, and you know, he can stick to something, say that he's going to do something, and accomplish it.
Okay. So money is important.
Money's very
On a
important.
scale of 1 to 10, where's it at?
It's a 10.
It's a 10. Natalie?
It's a 10.
It's up there, yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
How come? See, we know that women like money, but they don't come out and like say it. I want a guy that's stable, you know. But then on the other hand, too, for most guys, they tend to be really stable. Work hard, work long hours. I got her grant card. I don't say it today. You know, it took him 30 years to get to where he's at.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of guys that work hard and work hard. And if you're in a relationship, it tends to be harder if you gotta, you know, stop, do what you're doing. And sometimes women seem to be, from my experience, it's hard to grind it in a relationship because like you work too much. Like I was married once before, and I won't say names, but my ex used to complain that I worked too much. But on the other hand, it's like there's certain things I need to provide for, right? Like trips and food, rent, running water.
Yeah.
You know, so okay, in a perfect world, what your man need to make? Is there a number that gets the party started?
I think it depends on what field he's in. Obviously, if he's, you know, a city worker, you know, he's not going to make over a certain amount of.
Would you
dollars.
date a city worker?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
If he's a good man.
Erica's like, hell no. For you city workers, I'm sorry. Look over here. Look over here.
Hey, you gotta be in shape, man.
Gotta be in shape. I mean, some city workers make good money.
Yeah.
But that's probably a subject that's a little tough to touch because, like for me, I work my ass off. I work 3 or 4 businesses, and not that they're going well at the moment, but the potential is good. Because I know it takes money to take care of a woman the right way. Like, I don't want a dude to pull up in the S500 and be like, oh, I'll never have that. I don't want to be that dude. Some guys are cool with that, but it's hard these days with social media, everything like the Lamborghini cats on YouTube, even though they're leased. You see that.
Yeah.
And I think women these days are like, I want a man that has that. So me, like someone like me, I'm driven to have more so I can take care of my woman. That's the reason I'm not
But
married.
you don't want the guy that has a Lamborghini and he has it because he lives at his mother's house.
Exactly.
Just because he has a Lamborghini doesn't mean much. Like, how did he get it?
Or someone that has Lamborghinis and mansions, but they're not spiritually balanced.
What is spiritually balanced? I've heard you guys talk about that a lot, like spiritually balanced. Because from my experience, women seem to be attracted to a lot of the bad, well, at least what you see, the bad boy image.
I'm not.
Really?
I make sure I'm not attracted to the bad boy. I make sure I let him know I'm not attracted to him.
Okay.
Just because he gets that, he's a magnet for that, you know?
So he doesn't have to be a Christian or a Catholic, he just needs to be spiritual. Is that-
Yeah.
Okay.
Just someone who cares, like who wants to do better, like who wants to see change in the world. Like who strives to help people, who I actually don't want a guy who wants a Lamborghini. I want someone who, I don't know, someone that's just humble, someone that cares about the well-being of others.
That's
So
way
if
better
you-
than the Lamborghini. The car means more to the man than the woman.
Did you know I would drive Lamborghinis for women? I mean, I had a Porsche I drove for a
Yes,
while.
the wrong
I was-
women.
I was
Yeah.
trying to get in
Yeah,
it. She
that's
was
the
all low,
wrong
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
And
Well,
you'll end up with the girl with the ribs missing.
stop it.
That's right.
Damn, that was cold. I don't know what you're talking about, but I hear you. Wow.
A chick who's okay, but like being a trophy, basically, like.
Right.
If you're a trophy wife, your ass is getting replaced. Sooner or later, he will cut you loose. Because trophies age. They do. They get green. You on to the next one.
Beauty expires.
Let me ask you this. Would you be okay grinding it out with your men? Like, I see a lot of men on social media, their wives are in it with them or were.
Right.
Would you grind it out with you? What if he was
Yeah.
struggling but on the move? Would you grind it out with
Of
him?
Yes.
course.
Yeah.
Okay.
You support your man 100%. You back him up.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Right.
You know what I'm excited about? My next show when it's all men.
Yeah, but
You guys, I'm gonna have women here too because we need a peanut gallery.
We'll be the tomatoes over there.
The tomatoes, right? The juveniles? Oh, never mind. That's a whole other story. What I want to do is I want to experiment with one of these steaks. I made this, so I'm using yogurt because it calls for cream, but like when I'm at the gym in the morning, I don't want to have to think, oh, I just burned cream, that was it, I wasted my time. So I'm going to try this. I don't know if this is going to work. I've never done this. I'm going to taste it. I'm not going to even taste it because they can't taste it on the camera. Okay, that's hot. God. Lord have mercy. Oh, is that what that is? So this is a yogurt with salt, pepper. I also put a little hot sauce in it, a little honey. That's gonna taste good. Anyways, if it works out, I'll take the credit. If not, I'll say it was Mary's
oh,
fault.
no, you won't.
Right?
I did the mushrooms.
How do you feel about dating apps?
Dating what?
Dating apps.
I think it's sad.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend I met on a date on Match.com.
Really.
Okay, don't judge me. That was a long time ago.
I disagree. I think dating apps are great.
I mean, besides the swipe, looking at 400 women in one
But
night.
that's Tinder. That's a like hookup site.
Mhm.
That's like
That's true, huh?
yeah. That's like I want to have sex.
Match is kind of that way too.
Is
Not
it?
that I know from each. I've been on Match. I met a really nice girl on Match. Obviously, she was not that nice because I'm not still with her. Actually, that's not even true too. Maybe I wasn't that nice. Anyways, I'm trying to take responsibility.
There it is. I'm just kidding.
Is that my Match app that is going off? I'll be back. I gotta check. She might be the one. I'm just kidding. So, but here's what I like about dating apps is you can truly put. And I'm not talking about catfishing or girls that take a picture like this so you can't see the whole thing. I think that's whack. Just stand in the mirror, take a picture, let us see. Because we gonna see you. Ain't nothing like going on a date with a girl that took a picture from 1986 from up here and you get to the thing and she's like,
You're looking for her.
yeah, I'm like, she's like, I'm over here. I'm like, nah, you ain't the one. I'm looking for a female. I gotta tell this story. It's jacked up, but it's the truth. So I was on a dating app, and the girl took a picture from like 10 years ago. She walks in, really cute girl, from up here, but the bottom is not what I expected. I'll just leave it at that. Right, and I'm not against curvy women, you know, whatever. That's cool. But if your picture, you're 140 pounds, but you show up at 260, you should say that.
Yeah, because somebody's gonna like you.
So there's websites for BBWs, big beautiful women or whatever it is.
A lot of people are gonna like you.
Absolutely.
You're obviously not lying and saying you're 260 and you're not. You know.
Right, so you should just say that.
Just say it. Yeah.
But what else about the dating apps? Because I know a lot of people that have met on dating apps. Now there are obviously better dating apps. What's the one like the really big one that turns people down? Not Our Time. That's like for us in 5 years, but eHarmony.
Or Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle, right?
I know. Actually, I don't really do dating sites, but I don't think they're bad because I think there's good and bad. Like the good is that you can filter out the people you want to see, and like you can use algorithms to to attract the person you really want.
Can you do that? You know how to manipulate the dating app?
Yeah, you can use data to manipulate and really bring.
Like, give us a tip. Like, so you're a single woman sitting at home and you want to attract the men. Like, what would you use?
Well, I mean, I've never used Match.com, but I have friends that use it and tell me about it. But like in Match.com, I believe you can actually say how much you want your man to make a year.
Oh, you can. It's like 0 to 50, 50 to 75.
And so does the guy. So if the guy's trying to attract a woman who makes this type of money, so can she.
You can be selective.
Yeah, you can be selective. You want someone fit, someone who has the same hobbies as you. You can attract those things. And that's what dating is for, is to figure out, like, you meet up, you talk, you know right away, like, okay, I can see you again, or I don't want to see you again.
If a guy makes 200 grand a year, he's physically fit, nice, and all, do you think he's in a relationship already? I mean, is there a good chance that he's already taken, or
because of the income?
People say good men are taken. Your man makes good money, he's physically fit, all those things.
Well, maybe he's
doesn't make him a good man.
No, it's like a relationship.
Maybe he's too busy to like be talking to women and
that is true. I've seen that.
Maybe he's got issues.
No guys have.
But that's why you get to know someone. Like
the income part doesn't matter, and that he's physically fit. If he has some issues, or he's really jaded, then
pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the things he says.
Do men have a challenge with like some of the TV shows with social media? Like I'm on social media, I'm on Instagram, and every other chick is like half naked, butt naked, breast out. I see girls in panties on Instagram on a regular basis. Not that I follow those chicks, but stop it, man. But I like, you don't need porno, you don't need Pornhub, you just need Instagram. And so I think women, I'm just gonna be, maybe I'll create some hate. I think women are just doing it to themselves. Like, man, I go to the grocery store, I don't want to see booty cheeks. I just don't. I'm not gonna date you, I'll sleep with you, but that's the end of it. I think, and with this whole like the MILF thing, like you have women in their 40s and 50s acting like 20-year-olds, and then you see women. I have a friend, I'll leave her nameless, that her and her daughter go out to the nightclub and they go dancing, and it's hard to tell who is who. And I'm like, geez, not only is she setting a bad example, and I'm not saying the club is bad, I just think like, if you want to get a good man, and you're out on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you're out freaking it, you're taking your daughter with you, I think you're setting a bad example.
I don't think you're going to find a good man in a club.
No.
Like, you can't go thinking that you're going to, like, tonight's going to be the night where I'm going to meet
right.
Meet my man at Misty's Lounge.
Actually, my motto is that wherever you are, like, whatever you do is what you're going to attract. So, like, I think it's important to focus on doing the things you really love, because when you're doing that, that means you have the probability of meeting someone who's doing the same thing as you. Like, so just focus on you, do the things you love. Like, for instance, I once met someone hiking. Like, I was doing what I loved, and I met him. He was a great person. Like, we kicked it off, like, right away. And I just felt like that was it. Like, I was like, if you just do the things you want to do, you're going to attract that person.
What ended that, though? Because you sounded pretty excited about meeting.
Yeah.
What do you need to do to keep it?
Well, you know what? I was hiking because I needed to, like, decompress.
From your last man?
Last man and life, period. And I think he was doing the same thing. And we both agreed that there was a lot of people hiking up that mountain because they were broken.
Like that bitch. But I've been hiking a couple times.
Me and him are really cool. We're really good friends. And we were mature enough to break it off and be like, you know what?
So you're good friends right now?
Yeah, we're good friends. We'll call each other.
It just didn't work out.
It just didn't work.
Here's the other thing I want to talk about.
We didn't want the same
things.
And it doesn't have to end ugly.
No, it didn't end ugly, and we didn't want the same things. He didn't want to get married. I wanted to get married. I wanted to have kids. He didn't want to have kids.
How am I doing?
That's right.
Yeah. So it's all good. I respect him for that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. Being friends with your ex. This is a sore subject for me, only because I dated a chick that was like, she wanted her ex-boyfriend to be in our wedding, which I thought was strange.
That's tacky.
And her father was like, don't date her, don't marry her. And I didn't listen to him. I didn't marry her. But what about keeping relationships with exes?
Before with all of my exes.
How friendly?
speak to them on the phone. It's not like I go out to lunch with them or anything.
Brandon's not on YouTube or social media?
Yes,
Okay. Is he aware of that?
yes.
Okay. And I'm trying to get my head around this, because I know people do it. First of all, I don't keep in contact with my exes except for my ex-wife. We have kids. That's the only reason me and
You
her
have to,
speak.
yes.
Right? My daughter's 8. Never mind. So, why keep in touch with an ex?
Because we're friends.
Why is that, though?
Because we started out as friends. And when we split, we were still friends.
But don't you think being friends with an ex leaves the door open for, like, that moment of weakness?
No. If it didn't work, there's no point in going back.
Not even for a night? Like a
No.
nightcap?
No.
You shouldn't be friends with him then.
So all you guys, do you think it's okay to be friends with exes?
I think it's okay to a certain extent, depending the situation. Like, if there was, I don't know, like if you were both mature enough to recognize that, you know what, we're not compatible, we should really break it off. But you feel like this friendship and you care. It doesn't mean that there's like sexual chemistry. It doesn't mean that, you know, maybe you just care about each other and you guys are good. It just doesn't always work like that with everyone.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
I think sometimes it depends on how it ended. If I was in a real relationship with any ex-boyfriends and I was really in love with them, like called them like we were in a relationship, I'm not friends with any of them. I don't, what are we going to talk about? They've moved on, they have wives or, they have children.
Yeah,
I'm not going to get involved and, I respect that. I'm glad they're happy. I wish them well. We didn't work out, but I don't need to be their friend.
Yeah, I'm not friends with any of my exes,
Yeah.
and I can tell you why. And maybe this is just me. Because I went out to lunch with 2 exes in the last 20 years, and both of those lunch meetings turned into like the next level. I'm not saying we had sex, but even if the relationship ended badly, you tend to give people a second chance. This is my opinion. So on these 2 occasions, I noticed that it was like one of them we went grocery shopping again, and we ended up talking, and
one thing can lead to another.
and we found ourselves in the car, and I was like, oh, this is how I got started. And so that was the last time, I was like, okay, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
And I just think, in my opinion, I think it's tough to hang out with, like, for instance, so when I was dating this cuckoo chick, so she wanted to have her ex-boyfriend at our wedding, like, give her away because her father was like, if you're not Jehovah, I'm not in. That's serious. I was like, so you want to have the guy that saw you butt naked give you away?
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the room with the guy that saw you butt naked.
That's weird.
Is it?
weird.
That's weird. That's good
So
you didn't
would
marry
you
her.
and your
Yeah.
would you and
Whoever
your
you
new
are.
man hang out with your ex?
No.
Like, would you tell your man? I had a friend that lost a really good dude over this. She went to lunch with an ex, and her new dude found out, and he cut her off. She was devastated. And I said to her, put yourself in his shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say me and you are married, right? Use your imagination.
Okay.
And Natalie is my ex.
Uh-huh.
And me and Natalie are like at lunch having wine, and you roll up. Does that make you uncomfortable at all? Not that we're like.
Did you tell me? Or did I just catch you?
Yeah.
Do you
Big
tell your
difference.
man that you're kicking it
Big
with your
difference.
ex?
Well,
I would
yeah.
tell you.
Yeah.
And what would you say? I'm having lunch with
Wow.
Natalie. Remember the really cute chick that would like
Right.
burned herself with
As
the
long as
curling
you told me.
iron
As
that
long
one
as
time?
you told me what was going on, you guys were at lunch, and I knew where you were and everything, that's fine with me.
And with GPS, they got the new GPS thing for your phone.
Exactly.
But you know exactly where your man is to the
I'm
5
going there
meters.
right now.
Okay, so it wouldn't bother you. How about you?
It would bother me.
Like me and Mary having lunch, we're laughing. I give her
I want
a hug,
to be
I
right
see
there inspecting it.
Yeah.
Like, wait, I want to be your friend too.
You have to have trust in each other.
Yeah, that's true. It's about trust. You know what's the best feeling? The best feeling is knowing that person freaking loves you. That if somebody came up to you and told you, hey, I saw so-and-so doing this, and you're like, you know what? I don't believe you. Like, I don't believe you. You question that because you know that person so well, and you know they wouldn't screw you over like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best feeling, knowing that they have your back and that they just wouldn't.
Right.
And
Okay, let me go here. What are you guys doing wrong? And I'm gonna ask dudes this too. And we got a long ass list. I can tell you what I do wrong in relationships. But the good thing is that we work on it. You want to be with the guy that's working on it, right? And it's a forever thing.
Maybe not giving enough space.
That's what you think you do wrong.
That's what I've done wrong, where I haven't given enough.
Let's tell me about it. So me and you were dating. What do you do wrong?
I felt that in my last relationship, because the other one wasn't like that. I just didn't give him enough space to be him.
Like, how much space does he need?
I think this guy needed a lot of fucking space. Like, he loved.
Guys, I need space, but I don't need a week.
A whole lot,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need a week, baby. I need space.
He needed like 2 to 3 days of space.
That's code for I got a chick on the side. Guys, we need like minutes, hours. Like,
No, this guy was really into himself, and he would work out like 2 hours a day. He would run, he would run. He was
You know
really
what?
into
Earlier I
himself.
said 1 in 10 guys are on the down low.
Yeah.
Where's that? You got a download cat. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying. First of all, the only reason I
You
work
hear
out.
that? You were on the down low.
The only reason I work out the way I do is so my woman will go, damn, that's my man. That's it. Because if women didn't care how I look, I would drink beer, I would eat steak
I
every
have to
night.
excuse myself real quick.
No, go ahead, excuse yourself.
Sorry.
That's all right. What do you do wrong?
I'm that woman that I guess I intimidate him. I need to let him feel more like he's the man and he can take care of me.
Wow, you
Really,
admit that.
really
That's
strong.
good.
And
Mary's
I feel
this is my girl 50 grand. Me
You
and
know,
Mary are like,
Man doesn't like it when you constantly tell him, I got it.
You're right.
You know?
that's tough. Because if he goes out of his way to do shit for you,
Yeah.
and you're like, no, I already got
I
it,
got it.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest
Like,
problem.
I could have
I
put
got
gas in the car. Bitch, why didn't you? You know what I'm saying?
it. Yeah,
Wow, that's good. So maybe let him do more for you.
exactly.
I have that problem too.
Yeah.
It's hard to take away somebody who's been independent to a guy to come in and kind of try and take over. In a good way, it's a good way, but you're not used to it. So you're like, wait a minute, no, I got it, yeah, or no, it's okay. And I think they take offense to it, which is it's okay that they do. I can see why, but it's hard to get used to that, to adjust. Yeah.
Okay. So a guy wants to do for you, but based on your past experience,
But it's hard to adjust and get used to it initially.
really,
Yeah.
that is tough though.
Yeah.
That is tough because that makes me mad. Like, not like the Hulk man, but it makes me irritated.
Yeah.
Because as a guy, like, you do stuff, and guys, like, a good guy will at least try to do things for you.
Right.
And like, for instance, like if you bring old luggage to a new vacation, it does screw it up.
Hell yeah.
You're like, if your man is cooking, even if the shit is burnt, it's like crisp, like the toast is destroyed, at least be like, you know what? The dude is trying.
Yes,
That's huge
okay,
because we will get it
For
right. And then we end up like Kanye West now. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna keep talking about that. But it's true.
Yeah.
Don't be the chick that your man does the work and by the time he gets it right, he's with the new chick. Because guys, we do that. We'll use you as practice and stay with you to practice and get it right and go find the chick we really want to be with.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be that chick.
Damn. Okay.
That's pretty crazy. So in closing, I think I hit the stats. Some of these are, the download thing kind of is because you don't really know about that.
Right.
So like we got the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing. Here's one thing I want to talk about. I'm going to go off subject a little bit. I'm going to be nice because I'm trying to build a financial planning services firm and I want to protect my image. What happened, and I haven't heard anyone say this. Hurry up, Natalie. This is your subject. How does Natalie look so well put together? I was going to say hot, but that's me too. I don't want like in 30 years and I'm a billionaire to come after half. 500 million. He said I was hot.
Just a third.
Natalie is younger than my kids. What about the feminine woman? Like the woman that lets you do stuff. Because men, we make mistakes. But you meet a guy that's like, you know, don't worry about it, I got it.
Wait. I'm lost.
He just started whatever he started.
I just started a brand new subject. I'm talking about the woman that has, you know, that's extremely feminine. That lets a man do that stuff. Like, your man's going to fall and
To
make
do what
mistakes.
stuff?
Everything.
Open the door, like, I open the door for,
Like take control, kind of.
I open the door for my girl all the time. And sometimes she's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I got it. And I'm like, if I stop worrying about it, that means there's a rip in the armor.
Right.
Because the day I don't reach for your door, if that was our agreement, I don't get your door, cool. And sometimes you're in a hurry. Even when we're late, I'll run to the other side. Because I don't want to get lazy. And it's easy to get lazy. Like me and my daughter Morgan, we fight. I get the door. She's like, Dad, don't touch my door. I'm like, dude, trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this is maybe I'm being old school.
I love all the gentleman moves.
Get
I
your door.
love everything old school.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. So guys, we need to be able to do that without feeling like, maybe it's too new age. You can't open the door.
No, I've taught my son to open the door and go to, a girl's door, meet her parents, greet
Yeah, don't sit
them.
out there blowing up.
You always pay.
Oh, don't be a honk
Yeah.
bitch. Honk,
No,
honk.
no.
I'm here.
No, I told him you have to pay for the movies for her. If you only have enough for popcorn for her, then that's it. You don't get it. I've tried to teach him gentlemen old school ways as
Wow.
much as I know what would work for me.
How about if he brought his own popcorn?
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay if you bring your own popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we spend a lot of time and money trying to impress women.
But
which is
what
sad.
about
We should be saving
I think
for
it's
retirement.
about being considerate, like about each other. Like if you open my door, I hope you open the door for that old lady who's struggling to walk in. Like be considerate. Like
That's actually a good point. Because I open the door for me and Mary go. I open the door. I open the door
All
for
the
my
time.
kids. Everyone I open the door for. And I opened the door for a friend of mine. And she was like, "Oh, what are you doing? I thought you were driving." I'm like, "No, I'm opening your door." She goes, "Oh wow." I said, "Is that an oh wow, or is that just an oh wow?"
Yeah.
well, actually,
That's it.
I think it's kind of pretty common. Well, the people I've dated, they usually open the door.
well, I
Yeah.
dated someone who taught me to open the door. Who also taught me that if people were coming out the elevator, to wait, to let them out first. And
You had a guy like that?
Yeah,
What
I
is
loved
this
it,
dude?
and he taught me that, and ever since I dated him, I'm like that.
So could you and this guy
So-
make it work?
No, we're friends.
Okay. All right.
But I love all the stuff he taught me. Like, so now I open the door. When I see someone that's struggling, it doesn't matter man, woman, I open the door for them.
That's cool. Let's wrap this up. I love it. I could sit here all night. I mean, not because there's 3 attractive women to my right. I just do love this subject. Because there's a lot of guys out there that need to hear this stuff. Because right now they're at home, them and Pamela, and they could be doing things differently, right? So, in closing, we're going to wrap. Tell me about your perfect man. Not The Rock, he's off the
Didn't we
table,
already
right?
say this? We already said the perfect man.
We did, but I don't
We
feel like
did.
I got a good enough answer.
I
Give me
think it
the
was great.
emotional.
I think it was
Really?
great. Well, yeah.
I think the
Perfect
camera
woman.
people are ready to wrap
This
it
is
up.
not that show.
Oh, okay. I think we
I got the
already
perfect
went on
woman.
that.
This ain't that show.
That's right.
How many points was that?
Well, what did we say?
Never mind.
I missed it.
That's next week's show, but I'm not gonna be tight.
But be a good listener, huh?
Cool. I'm getting hungry,
Be
so
considerate.
we need to eat. So we're gonna get out of here. Just
Don't be a douche.
don't be a douche.
Or
Don't be
liar.
a douche.
You should have started with that lie. Now you guys
Don't
want
be
to
a
come with all
douche.
the stuff.
Don't be a
Did this
liar.
earlier.
Don't be a douche.
Don't lie, right?
Yeah,
Guys
don't-
lie, just
don't
the way
lie.
it is, because we like to
They
protect
can't
you.
help it. Jeez.
Because it's like, hey baby, did you take the trash out? Yes, and then you turn back around and go take the trash out. We lie because we want to do it to protect you. All right.
Well, we know about it. Okay.
Shit boys, Walter Coulter, it's hot in here. I got my girl Mary, not my girl, because that would make her with the perfect man.
Oh, God.
She actually has a pretty good dude. He's working on himself, and I can appreciate that, right? My girl Natalie, not my girl, we said that earlier, right? And then Erika, who's single, kind of single, married, right? I hope this helps you guys. We need to eat, right? Because I don't want these chicks to get hangry.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Bye, you guys.